Welcome students to the subject Computer Fundamentals. In the previous class we have discussed some of the basic important input devices like keyboard, mouse and scanner. Apart from that, we have fewer different input devices which are widely used in industries, like we have this OMR scanner, barcode reader, touchscreen, MICR. So all these are used widely in the industries, or like for basically like if you consider the MICR for the is used in the banking sector, and OMR scanner for the examination, and barcode reader in shopping malls and hotels. So in these variety of industries we use these other devices. So let us quickly understand in brief about these devices. So the first one is the touchpad. Like we have our mouse with the desktop. Similar to that, we have this touchpad in our laptops. So it is embedded, or it is already present on our laptop. No need to connect this external device. It is already available on our laptop, and it becomes easy when you are traveling or when you are going somewhere with your laptop. No need to connect the external mouse. The same task of the mouse has been implemented here. So this is the surface where we can rotate it, and where you can move the cursor around this entire touchpad. And also it consists of two buttons, like we had the two buttons in the mouse, left click and right click. The same thing we can observe with in case of the touchpad. So the only thing that we need to remember is it is similar to the task that is performed by the mouse is being converted into touchpad, but it is embedded, or it is inbuilt with the laptop. And again it consists of the left click and right click button. So there is no scroll button here. We just need to just press it, and slowly we need to drag it. So that can be easily done with the touchpad. The advantage of touchpad can be we don't have any mechanical movement, and just we need to move around this only this particular place. But whereas in the mouse we require some extra space to keep that, and we require wired connection. No doubt we are having the USB cordless mouse these days, but still when we are using the laptop, this is the best suitable input device. Next, the very important input device, that is the MICR. It stands for Magnetic Ink Character Recognition. So it is basically the technology that allows details from bank checks to be read into a computer quickly and accurately. So as most of you might have used the checks, so it consists of a lot of information, like the name and the account number, and at the bottom we have the check number, date, and the amount that we need to transfer or we need to get it from the bank. So all those details are present on the this check. So when a customer produces this check into the bank, so the bank employee will collect this check, and he just needs to enter the amount and the account number, and then as you can see here, these checks will be transferred to this MICR machine. And the moment he places this check into the MICR machine, all this details, or this numbers that you can see here, all will be automatically read by this MICR. So it is basically made up of a special ink, so that the MICR can easily read all the information present on this. The only advantage of having this is it can recognize all this information that is present on the check, and it can convert it into the computer form. So all the details that are present on the check can be easily converted, and to this check, to this particular scanner, again we are connected to the computer system, so that the information that is read or that is collected from this scanner will be converted into, or it will be transferred to the computer system for further processing. So then the moment it processes all the information, the account the amount will be transferred, or whatever the task that has to be performed, it can be quickly performed. And the most important thing is accuracy. So like assume that if an employee needs to read all these checks and he needs to collect all this information, it takes a lot of time, and he may the human being make mistakes. But to avoid that, when we are using this MICR, it can read almost like thousands of checks in 1 hour. So almost all the banking transaction that happens on a daily basis can be improved, and the task will be done in very less time. So the next one is the OMR scanner, or we call it as the optical mark recognition. So this type of scanner is mostly or widely used when we are having this multiple choice questions, like most of you might have appeared for the CET entrance examination, or whenever you are going for any competitive examination these days, they all come up with the MCQ type of question and answers. So in that you need to use only this blue or black board pen, or sometimes even pencil is allowed. So the 4 options will be present, and you need to mark on one particular option. And even for writing your roll numbers or your register number, you have to shade this circle or a particular box that is given here. So in this result sheet or your answer sheet, the marks that you have marked or the circles that you have shaded will be recognized by this OMR scanner. So what exactly happens is the answer sheet will be fed into this particular scanner, and a special beam of light will be focused on this particular paper, and the shaded circles will be recognized by this scanner, and the moment it scans it, the result is available with us. The advantage of having this is it can almost scan 10,000s of answer sheets in 1 hour. So imagine if you are appearing for any competitive exams, or if lakhs of students appear for your CET and other examination. So that time evaluation process has to be done in very less time. So that's why we use this OMR scanner, like we use this multiple choice questions, and so that we can do the evaluation process in very less time. And one more important advantage of having this is, suppose for one particular question there are 4 options A, B, C, D, and if you mark 2 options for A, like A and B, if you mark, so that will not be considered as the correct answer. So if you are marking only one particular choice, then only the scanner will read it. If multiple options are marked for one single question, that will be discarded. So it is intelligent as well in examination and other related to education purpose. Even when we are collecting some data, or when we are having this feedback system, okay, like after every session or online sessions, will be having some feedback system. So how was the session? So for that we'll be having 4 multiple choices. So all those are even in case of the election results, and to collect all these such information, or when we want to do this analysis task, so that time also we can use this OMR scanner. Next we have is the barcode reader or scanner. So in today's world, most of the products that we are getting all will consist of some these vertical lines with some gaps and other things. So this is what we call it as the barcodes, or we can say that data coded in the form of small lines are called as the barcodes, or we can just simply call them as the bars. And below that, barcode consists of some series of numbers. These numbers are unique for each product. So to scan these barcodes, we use this barcode reader or handheld scanner. Just with our thumb we can hold it, and we can place this barcode on the, we can place this scanner on this barcodes, and the moment we this barcode is scanned, we can get all the information. So this barcode reader basically uses laser beam technology, and here it consists of the laser beam, and that will be placed on this entire barcode. So the moment we scan this, all this information will be collected, and the processing will take place. So most of the time we use it in supermarkets or big bazaars or in shopping malls. So the moment a customer collects all the products, and when he goes for the cash counter, the person or the owner of the shop or whoever is working there, he will scan these all products. So the moment he scan all these products, the information about the product name, its price, quantity, all those will be easily captured, and it will be transferred to the computer system, and the bill will be easily generated. So it helps to improve the purchasing and selling tasks. Okay, so we can within less time we can purchase the goods, or we can buy the goods, or we can sell the goods, and so on. So most of the time it is used in the supermarkets and in shopping malls or other outlets. Now let us understand this next input device, that is the graphics tablet. So a tablet is basically used by the designers or for the education purpose, or to write on something on the monitor screen. So it basically consists of a writing pad, we can say, and it consists of it requires a pen, like we had the light pen, and it is sensitive for the pressure. So like designers, they will be using the mouse, but apart from mouse they want to have the line thickness, or so when the artists are drawing some images, or they were drawing some diagrams, some other things, they require this thickness and thinness and all. So for that they require this graphic tablet. So it basically consists of two parts. One is the flat surface, and then having with the pen. So on this surface you actually need to draw the diagram. So the moment you start drawing the diagram, or you are writing something, that will be replicated on this screen. So for that we require some softwares as well, like we use Microsoft Outlook. So it is more controlled than the mouse, and the user can have control over it, because when we start using the mouse, sometimes it is not under control. So like when I want to place the mouse cursor at some particular point, it may not do that. So it is more intelligent than the mouse pointer device. So that's why the graphic designers or the educationists use this graphic tablet for writing purpose, or to place the things that we are writing or that we are designing, that has to be replicated on the mouse screen. So you can observe in this particular diagram, I mean in this particular image, so the moment he starts designing or he start drawing, that will be replicated on the monitor screen or on the software that we are using. So this is about the graphic tablet. The most widely used input device is the touchscreen. Because of its simplicity and ease of use, most of the customers or most of the people are using this touchscreens these days. So touchscreen allows us the users to select from the menus, and to just type it and quickly move on to the screen and change from one screen to the another screen. So all this, most of you are using the smartphones. So the same thing is used in the basically it is all touchscreen technology. Because they are intuitive to use, and now they are getting cheaper to manufacture, and also because of many of them are started using it, the smartphones or the touchscreen devices are easily available in the market and with very less price. And touchscreens will probably become the most common hardware interface for our electronic gadgets. So all the electronic gadgets that we are using, for that we are using this touchscreens. Apart from our regular smartphones, touchscreens are also widely used in public places, like in banking industry, in railways reservation system, and in many other public places like zoos and other places where we want to know the information about the things. Like if you go for a bank, we'll be having a ATM, or in the ATMs we'll be having touch screens. So to perform our transaction we use this touch screens, and it improves our performance, as well as within less time we can do all the transactions. And also when you are going for a railway station, or if you want to go for a airport station, or in the these devices or touchscreens provides us the information. So like we can get when the train is arriving, or when the train is going to leave, or how much delay in the timing. So all those information you can get it quickly, and whether your reservation is confirmed or no, all those information you can get it with the help of this touch screens. Even touch screens are nowadays used in the post offices or insurance companies to get to know our policy, and when our policy is going to terminate, and when is our renewal. All those information we can get it with the touch screen. So basically they are used to give some guidance or to support the customers. So these all are the some of the important basic input devices. So just we need to understand what are the different input devices we have, and what are their applications, and what the advantages in simple manner. So that's all we have in the input devices, and in the next class we'll start up with the output devices. As you all are the beginners for this subject, you just need to understand in brief about all these input devices. So if you have any doubts or feedback, you can get back to me and you can contact us. Thank you all.